Imagine you are playing a video game and every enemy gun is pointed at you. Your first instinct is to run, crouch, hide, anything but walk closer. But 200 years ago, trained officers ordered their soldiers to do exactly that. They walked, in neat lines, straight into cannon smoke and musket fire. This was not madness, it was cold, calculated physics. To understand why, you need to understand one weapon, the smoothbore flintlock musket. A smoothbore barrel has no spiral grooves inside. It is a plain metal tube. Those grooves, called rifling, spin a bullet and keep it flying straight. Without them, the musket ball bounces unpredictably inside the barrel as it fires. That gap between ball and barrel, called windage, was intentionally large. A tight fit would make the musket nearly impossible to reload quickly in a battle. So armies chose speed over precision, and that decision changed everything. At 100 yards, a single musket ball hitting a specific person was largely a matter of chance. The effective killing range where hits became reliable was closer to 50 yards or less. Now imagine you are a soldier standing still while the enemy takes aim. Staying put means absorbing every reload cycle the enemy fires at you. Retreating is even worse. You turn your back and move away slowly. You are still in range, still exposed, and now completely unable to return fire. But advancing changes the geometry of danger dramatically. The faster you close the gap, the fewer reload cycles the enemy completes. Trained infantry could reload in roughly 15 to 30 seconds. A line advancing at 75 paces per minute crossed 100 yards in under 2 minutes. That means the enemy might get 3 or 4 volleys off before you arrived. 3 volleys at low accuracy against a moving mass is a survivable number. This is the counterintuitive core. Forward was statistically safer than backward. But armies did not just charge. They advanced in tight, deliberate formations. Linear tactics meant arranging soldiers in 2 or 3 horizontal ranks. This maximized the number of muskets pointing at the enemy at any moment. Volley fire, everyone shooting at once, multiplied the hit probability against a massed target. A single musket was inaccurate. 200 muskets firing together created a lethal cloud. Now add artillery, cannons firing solid iron balls or canister shot. Canister shot scattered dozens of small balls like a giant shotgun blast. But canister was devastating only at relatively close range, roughly under 400 yards. Solid cannonballs at long range were terrifying, but hit a narrow path. A tight formation crossed the cannon's killing zone as fast as discipline allowed. Breaking formation was the real killer. Gaps let panic spread and fire concentrate. Officers drilled soldiers obsessively so that instinct meant closing ranks, not fleeing. The advance was also psychological. An unbroken wall of men was deeply frightening. Often, one side broke and ran before the lines ever made physical contact. That route was often when the highest casualties occurred, from cavalry pursuing the fleeing. So the entire system, linear advance, volley fire, tight ranks, was a coherent physics-based solution. It looks brutal to modern eyes, but it was the rational answer to the technology of its time. When rifles became common in the mid-19th century, all of this changed overnight. Rifled barrels tripled effective range and made aimed individual fire lethal. Generals who kept using linear tactics against rifles paid catastrophically. Tactics had to evolve to match the new physics. Cover, dispersion, and concealment replaced lines. The lesson is that tactics are never random. They are always a response to technology. Back to your video game. The moment the weapons changed, so did the strategy. The generals marching into cannon smoke were not brave fools. They were engineers of probability. Next time you see something that looks irrational, ask what constraints made it the best option. History rarely rewards the dramatic explanation when the boring math explains it better. Walk toward the problem. Sometimes that is exactly what the numbers tell you to do.